Hello, my name is Aisha and welcome to another episode of Around the World. In the shifting geopolitical landscape on the global stage, countries often form alliances and groups to strengthen mutual interests and cooperation. Even though bilateral tensions and conflicts may arise, these nations often appear united on common platforms. A similar scenario is unfolding between India and Pakistan these days. The upcoming meeting of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization is set to take place in Pakistan, where several heads of state will participate. India, however, will be represented by its Foreign Minister S. Jaishankar. Notably, this will mark the first time in nearly 9 years that an Indian foreign minister steps onto Pakistan's soil. This raises the obvious question: why is the Indian Prime Minister not attending this year's SCO summit? What is the significance of this organization on the global stage? And where does India stand within this group? Today's episode aims to answer these questions, starting with an introduction to the Shanghai Cooperation Organization. The SCO's origins dates back to 1996 when the Shanghai Five Group was formed, comprising China, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Russia and Tajikistan. This group's inception stemmed from broader negotiations between China and the former Soviet republics, which became necessary following the disintegration of the Soviet Union. Over time, the agenda of these regular summits expanded to include broader issues beyond borders and security. In 2001, the Shanghai Five transformed into the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, with India and Pakistan joining in 2017. Iran and Belarus have since become members as well. However, despite some members being neighbors, they are politically distanced from each other, India and Pakistan being prime examples. Formed in 1947, Pakistan occupies a pivotal position on the global map. Situated at the crossroads of the Middle East and South Asia, the country is strategically located near oil-rich regions and some of the world's most critical trade routes. From here, one can reach the landlocked countries of the Middle East. If we look beyond the global map and look at the geopolitical equations, India, which has suffered the pain of partition, has never had cordial relations with Pakistan. Although both the countries have tried to mend the relations many times, they have never succeeded. Analysts believe that this strained relationship is one of the reasons why Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi has opted out of this summit, sending Foreign Minister S. Jaishankar in his place. However, if we talk about the relevance of SCO at the global level, reports suggest that SCO countries are home to about 40% of the world's population and contribute 20% of the global GDP. They also possess around 20% of the world's oil reserves. International experts view these factors as reasons why the group holds significant global importance, attracting the attention of countries like the US and the UK. Within the SCO, China and Russia have long maintained dominance. However, geopolitical experts suggest that India is now vying for influence in the group. To understand this dynamic, one must consider Russia's historical ties to Central Asia, which bolster its influence. 4 out of 5 Central Asian countries are members of the SCO, and Russia's historical dominance stems from its past as the center of the Soviet Union. These nations have deep-rooted connections with Russia's local elites and security establishments, giving Russia substantial leverage. Russia's motive behind including India in this organization was that, with the help of India, Russia's position would become stronger. So, in response to this, China made a big move and made Pakistan a part of this group. In recent years, China's dominance in the SCO has been steadily increasing. However, India is also carving out its niche, viewing the SCO as a strategic avenue to expand its influence in Central Asia and Eurasia. India has strong relations with Central Asian countries, but China's rising clout has impacted India's standing. Furthermore, China seems intent on turning the SCO, like BRICS, into an anti-US platform. With long-standing ally Pakistan and recent addition Iran in the group, China's ambition to reshape the SCO into an anti-Western forum presents a significant challenge for India. It will be interesting to observe whether India can counterbalance China's growing influence in the SCO and solidify its position in the coming years. Now it's time for this program's Sunday special segment, The World Around Us, where we will discuss other important international news. Recently, the 21st Asian India Summit concluded in Vientiane, Laos. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi attended the event, reiterating India's commitment to its Act East policy. Over the past decade, relations between India and ASEAN have significantly strengthened, with trade doubling to over $130 billion in the last 10 years. NATO recently announced its annual nuclear exercise, Steadfast Noon, which will span 2 weeks. The exercise involves 2,000 soldiers and 60 aircraft from 13 countries and comes amidst rising tensions with Russia. Just weeks ago, President Putin altered Russia's nuclear policy, making this exercise more consequential. A 4.6 magnitude earthquake was recently recorded in Iran, sparking speculation that it could be a covert nuclear test. This has heightened tensions between Israel and Iran-backed groups, with some experts comparing the incident to North Korea's 2013 nuclear test. The situation has reignited concerns over Iran's nuclear ambitions and regional stability. So viewers, we end today's discussion here and leave you with a question. How relevant is the Shanghai Cooperation Organization on the global stage? Discuss.
For more informative content, like, share and subscribe, and do not forget to press the bell icon to get the notifications.